What's up, you guys? I've gotten quite a few questions about the most recent build that I did, where I married the Bravo Company upper with spikes lower, with Bravo Company lower parts, with some Sig Sauer parts, with some other parts. Sig Sauer, Bravo Company, BCM, and yeah, those two for sure. Oh, and Spike's Tactical. Those three, I've not seen too many bad reviews about those products. They're all very solid products, especially BCM and Sig Sauer, which I carry the Sig Sauer P320, and I love it. So I guess I'll just go ahead and dive in. Most everything has come together pretty well. This is a old guitar case I had from my Gretsch White Falcon. If anybody plays guitar, this was a White Falcon case. I no longer have that, but yep. So I guess we'll just pull her out and start talking about it. Okay, so first I'll start with the core CP, adjustable. This thing is amazing. I absolutely love it. Very sturdy, doesn't rattle around. It's got a few different pieces, so you can go between different size buffer tubes. It plays in really nicely with the NC Star Ultimate sighting system, because you pop this up and instantly you're cheeked and ready for the red dot. You slap it down and that gives you direct vision through the scope, and then when it's in the down position as well, you're able to access the iron sights that are offset. This is the Spike's Tactical Crusader lower. It's got the Bible verse, all the bells and whistles there. This is all gunfighter, BCM gunfighter lower with some Sig Sauer lower pieces finagled together. It's the Spike's Tactical bolt carrier group. And then the BCM Mark II, I believe, with the forward assist pushed forward, so you're able to access more of this. That fingernail looks pretty nasty. I smashed it with a hammer. But yeah, so far I've noticed that with this being pushed forward, you get a little bit of rub right there. God, it's dirty. But that rub is from when the shells actually eject. It's not from that hitting. Sometimes you get that. And then moving down, we've got the Fortis night rail. The Fortis muzzle forwarding device. That's that shield and the both the shield and the muzzle device, which is also very dirty. I promise I do clean this thing. But yeah, that pops right back on there somehow. Okay. Alright, finally got that fucker back on. Moving on, we have the Warrior X Pro light. It's pretty cool. It's got the magnetic pressure switch. It's super bright. Needs charged right now, but just to show the brightness, it's middle of the day right now. You can see it. It's brighter than the fucking sun, buddy. And you can pretty much get a pretty good gauge on how dirty my house is. I did that. That's pretty cool. Above the sink, you know. Whatever. Anyway, back to it. So, yeah. Warrior X Pro. Highly recommend. I don't remember off the top of my head who makes the sights. But overall, as you can see, a lot of folks were talking about, oh, well, the finish isn't going to match, and it's not going to fit together very snugly if you don't use a BCM lower with your BCM upper, and it's pretty flawless. I've got a little bit of rattle from this, mainly my charging handle, because it's a cheapo. But overall, I'd say that finish is damn near identical. Also, these lowers, I bought this lower as incomplete, and they advertise on their website that the Bible verse will not be on there if you buy it incomplete. They say it's for completed rifles only. That was not the case. I ordered this as a stripped lower, and that was on it. So, you know, I don't know if that's a big deciding factor for anybody. It wasn't for me, but I was pleasantly surprised to get it and unbox it and find out that it was in fact there. Other than that, I've put maybe 600 rounds through it. Oh, I will say this about the BCM upper. The gas block, the low profile gas block that it came with, the 2 set screws underneath, you're not going to be able to see them, they were green Loctited in. Well, I say green, it was both. It was red Loctite and green Loctite. So whenever I heated it up, I twisted probably 4 Allen keys getting that off, and when I heated it up, it wasn't hot enough for the green Loctite. It was hot enough for the red Loctite, but not the green Loctite, or vice versa. I don't remember exactly which. But long story short, these low profile gas blocks have had a lot of trouble. Everything I've read online says, you know, screw your idea, just keep it the way it is, because they're such a pain in the ass to get off. Ultimately, I did have to drill those out and then retap those holes and then order new set screws for that gas block. And once I got the screws out, getting that thing off was a completely different story. It took quite a bit of doing to get that thing off. Also, this is the original KMR, I think, the Bravo company, KMR 13, I think. I got the 16-inch model with the 13-inch handrail because I knew I was going to be replacing this, so why spend the extra money for a longer handrail that I'm ultimately not going to use. But these right here were exactly the same way. As you can see, that one is chewed up. That one is chewed up. Those fucking things don't want to come out for nothing. So this is going to my brother, and yeah, so the gas block is a huge pain. The barrel nut wasn't bad. The barrel nut came off super easy. Fortis has this patent pending or patented idea with the, you know, the free float system. I'm sure you guys, if you're interested in these, you've done your research on these. Highly recommend. The only thing is, if you can see that gap and the gap between these teeth, I had a very hard time getting this to seat properly, and it has nothing to do with the position of this. It just won't push back all the way, so that still needs some tweaking. Oh, that fucking thing's sticking out too. But overall, guys, this is like the 5th, 6th build I've done. It is what it is. It's meat and potatoes. It's not a pretty build. It's not one that I'm worried about having out in the field, and I would highly recommend. Also, with these Spikes tactical lowers, I heard that Pro Mags were having some issues, and that is in fact true. Sometimes, of course, not right then, but normally it will not go all the way in unless you've got her opened up. Of course, now it's going to do it. Let's see. I was having some problems with the 40 round too. Of course, now it's going to work great. But yeah, overall, this was an extremely fun build to do. Huge shout out to a company I've never tried before. These NC Star sighting systems are absolutely amazing. It's got the battery pack. Takes one AAA battery or AA battery in that tube, and that powers, let's see. Let's see if I can focus on it. All right, that one AA battery powers the light. I'll light up crosshairs. It looks extremely bright, super distracting, but I promise you the phone does absolutely no justice to this thing. Super clear. It's just, I mean, as clear can be. And of course, being on a cell phone, it's gonna suck. But the red dot, I have the Romeo red dot on my Sig Sauer, and I like it. You know, a lot of people talk bad about the Romeo, and I love it. This is equal to the Romeo. Nothing more, nothing less. It's very adequate. Easy to sight in. It took me all of about 20 minutes. I pulled it out of the box, I slapped it on, and I threw a barrel laser in, and straight out of the box, if you mount it correctly the way it's supposed to be, it is only about an inch off, and that could be said about the red dot as well. Here's the Sig with the Romeo 1, and as I said before prior, this red dot on this rifle is in every way just as good as this. I'm not exactly sure what it comes with, but this entire sighting system with the magnification ring and all the bells and whistles, I believe this was right around 140 bucks. And it's there's a few reviews on this on YouTube, but not very many, and they do not lie. This is an amazing sighting system. These, you know, are upwards of $100 a lot of times. I picked these up for right around 30 bucks, 40 bucks, and they are amazing as well. They hold true very well. Spikes Tactical, if anybody's wondering about their products, from the bolt carrier group all the way to the lower to the grip. You know, I figured I would wind up changing this grip, but I haven't even felt the need to do so. Everything is super ergonomical, fits well, it hosts other parts well. It hosts other parts well. You know, with the color match, everything just works. I've got Sig parts in here, I've got BCM parts in here, and I've got Spikes Tactical parts in here. Nothing really matters to this gun. It is just absolutely functional. Everything works together nicely, except for that. Other than that, you know, everything's been an absolute dream. So, just for anybody wondering, if you have any further questions about the build or about parts in general, let me know in the comments or message me. I can be seen on Instagram at Versace Cowboy, or you can follow my business page, Primal Patriot. And yeah, I was so impressed with BCM. This is the first rifle I've used with BCM. Other than, you know, and it's not even a bad thing, their parts are hardened. Their parts are welded together. They're not pinned and welded, but the way that they're put together, like I said, I had to drill those set screws out, you know, and modify a few things. But that's, if you want to change the rail out and you're having a hard time with that gas block, you can take it to any gunsmith, and for around 30 bucks, I'm sure they'll help you out. Everything's made super well with the BCM. Bravo Company has always done an excellent job, even down with their customer support and customer relations. Whenever I first received the upper, I got like 15 posters, a whole book of stickers, calendars, magazines, thank you cards out the ass. You know, I wrote a good review, and they keep sending me stuff to my house. You know, they're just a good, solid American company. I expressed, you know, how impressed I was with, you know, what I've seen so far, and it was wild. I've gotten probably 8 or 9 packages from them of sticker books and more posters and magazines and just swag, you know. A really good company. Same with Spikes Tactical. A lot of folks say it's you know, an asphalt cowboy gun, and you know, it is. They do a lot of flashy stuff. A lot of people put Spikes Tactical gear on their flashy builds and on their model builds, but I use my firearm the way it was intended to be used, and I'm not gentle on it. So far everything's been holding up. Like I said, I've put less than 1,000 rounds through it, but I plan on putting quite a few thousand rounds through it in the next couple months. Yeah, everything's fit together really smoothly. I couldn't ask for a better firearm. So yeah, that's it. That's what I got for you.